Bumming with Bob. Let's have a few brews. We'll have some fun with the bum wine crew. So kick your feet up and grab you a beer. 'Cause damn, man, I'm glad that you're here.
All right. This is Bumwine Bob welcoming you to an all-new edition of Bumming with Bobcat. And joining the show this week, he is one of the hosts of the Grocery Gamblers podcast. He's a veteran of Bumming with Bobcat. I don't know, is this 3-4 times maybe? I can't keep track anymore.
I've lost. I mean, usually every time I barely remember the next day, and I'm like, well, I'm looking forward to listening to the podcast because drank too much of Bob.
Between how many times I've been on your show,
Mm-hmm.
you guys have been on my show. We can't really keep track, but it is Pete from the Grocery Gamblers podcast is joining us here tonight. Pete, how you doing, man?
I'm good, Bob. I'm good, Bumwine listeners. Having a ball today, and I'm ready. I don't know about you, Bob, but I'm ready to get hard.
We're always hard here. If you've listened to some recent podcasts, we're getting hard all the time, and we always have some special guests on the show to help us get hard. But this is on the Seltzer road, and as Pete was kind of teasing, this is one that I've been hearing some good things about. I had a few people reach out and say you got to try this, with you being one of them.
Yeah,
and we are going to crack open today. We got the tall boy here, so we went big, go big or go home.
Yeah,
and this is the the Bud Light Hard Soda Classic Cola, naturally flavored, not a low calorie food. So do not forget that.
Oh, it's like, I mean, that's there for the 12 idiots a year who are just like, well, I'm gonna lose some weight, and like, no,
no, not with this here. I guess I see the zero sugar, which they put like in bold at the bottom to say, oh, and the people are probably like, oh, zero sugar, oh, it's got to be good for you. And it's like, not quite, but
no. It's, I mean, look, we're still drinking essentially a high school kids lab project, at this point with all of these seltzers. And I mean, you and I have spoken about this at length. It's like, I don't mind seltzers. Like, it's not my go-to, but I'm not going to lie. There's some days when it's just like, I don't want it's like, I don't want a heavy beer. I don't want a heavy like liquor drink, a cocktail or anything. And like, especially when they're just like the 100-calorie, like 12-ounce cans, it's kind of like, oh, it's a nice little refreshing pick me up, like keep the party going. But like the people who just are like, oh, I live that seltzer life. It's like, I don't really want to be friends with you, kind of.
Yeah. I am not about that life. And we've had some good ones. We've had some bad ones. The ones we tried on your show, or well, we did your show and my show. That was our kind of combo.
Yeah.
Those were some good ones.
I mean, I still think you probably have tried the worst ones. You've tried, like, what is it, like the one that would have the tea in it or whatever?
Yeah, I had the White Claw, the iced tea variety pack, which was not very good. I had the natural light seltzers, and those were not very good. I think the best ones. I think the best ones were the ones that you sent over. Were probably the best ones, because those were more of a quote unquote craft seltzer, more fancy than your mass produced ones. But yeah, they're a lot of hit and misses.
Yeah, like all of the. I mean, we'll get to this one, the Bud Light one. But yeah, like all the big brands that are making them. Like, I've seen like the Corona ones at the store, and it's always just like, first off, it's expensive, and I'm just like, not even that. And it's just, I don't really care. Like at this point, when it comes to the seltzers, it's like, unless like tonight what we're doing, where you got a single one-off, okay, I'm willing to try that. But like, I'm like, no, you're making me commit to buying a 12-pack of like a major brand's take on White Claw. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna pass on that. Like,
and these random ass flavors that are in it, and you're like, oh, is this one good? Oh, this one could be good. Oh, this one sounds terrible.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough.
Yeah, it's weird. It's funny. And also like tangent time. You're talking about the natural. Is it natural light or natural ice? Like the natty,
Yeah,
the natty stuff.
it's natural light, the brand, because they're not
Okay.
they're not getting too crazy. I think those are just standard, either 4 or 5%. If they were at like the 8%, if it was like a Natty Daddy seltzer, now
Ooh.
that I think is where the ticket is.
Oh man, okay. If they could make a seltzer version of a Natty Daddy, oh man, like the code is cracked. I mean, but probably it's actually. Let me back up there. I did try one of the like more alcoholic versions of White Claw, the ones that are in like the blue can.
Oh, like the surge or whatever.
Yeah,
I know, like
the
the
White Claw
8%.
Surge.
Yeah.
Those were nasty. That was like, it was like, wow, you really. I mean, the only thing I can think of is like that was made for like college kids or like edgelords who are just like, I got to reach the limit, and I got to reach that limit with, a seltzer. And but most importantly, I mean, like it didn't taste good. It tasted like shit. It was just like, and I was like trying. I remember I tried like a lime, and I'm like, lime's one of my go-to flavors. I'm like, let me try that, and I drink it, and I'm just like, this tastes like a battery. Like it's just like ugh, just like so metallic. And I was like, they went too far. Like, this is the science experiment. And I'm like, this is what they're doing for this season. They're just trying to push it. They made it, and they're like, fuck, we got to, put it out there. Some unsuspecting souls will drink it. And boom,
they're trying to tap into that higher ABV market. And I get it. It's the natural progression of the seltzers is to kind of kick it up a notch and see how far you can go with it. For people that want that higher alcohol content, but I guess don't want to crack open a Four Loko or something like that, and try that instead. And
you don't want to Mike's harder.
The Mike's hardest or whatever.
Or whatever it is. No, those ones. No, but there's that. But no, the tangent I wanted to go off on was. I saw, and I'm starting to see it on Instagram now. People are talking about, I guess, like Natty Light or Natty made a vodka or something now. And
yes. I haven't tried it yet. I did see it during one of my trips last week. I think one store did have it on the shelf, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, should I try it? I'm like, not now. It wasn't on my list. It wasn't on my shopping list for the day to pick that up. I'm like, okay, I know it's out there. I know it exists. I don't know. Does the world need a Natty vodka? I don't think so.
Part of me, I mean, dude, I'm gonna say you should probably get it, and that should probably be a future episode for us, because it's like this is I'm curious, but I have, unfortunate, like my disgruntled asshole is just going to be like, man, it's just going to be like flavor. It's just going to be a Smirnoff level. Like if the nattiness is in there, okay, maybe like then I'm really curious.
But it's going to be so tough to capture that in a vodka and in an alcohol. Now I know they even have the Natty, there's the ice pops too. Have you seen those? The freezer pops?
Really?
Yeah. They have those too. So I mean, it's so tough to capture what a Natty beer in a can, that whole aura, the whole vibe that goes along with it. Then you're trying to put it in a vodka and put some sort of a flavor with it. I mean, it's just flavored vodka at that point. Like you said, it's just going to be like a Smirnoff.
Yeah, or not. Well, it's just that level of just Oh, and it's only okay. I know this is something. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm looking. I was curious. I was like, what's the ABV of it? It's only 30%. That's okay. That's interesting, because now that's pretty standard with all the flavored vodka. Like, like your normal vodka is like 40 something, 45%, but like all the flavored vodkas are like 30%. And I'm just like, is it just age different? I mean, again, there's probably some professional drunk can give us the answer to that, but it's by the way, I just also love the fact that I'm looking up at this article of this, like, the best thing about the Natty Light vodka is that it's available. I'm like, uh-huh.
Great. Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
uh-huh.
Yeah. That if that's the selling point, it's available. Oh, gee.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool. Oh, wait, there's a 10. Oh, okay. Oh, there's little shots of it. Ooh, okay. That
See, now
I would be,
that is a good idea. That you could go with.
yeah. 10 bucks for a 10 pack of the black cherry lemonade flavored.
Okay. See that I think you're better off going that route. That could be a nice party, enjoyable thing to.
Yeah, that could be it. Or that'd be like a nice, like, if you're like doing like a a friend's Christmas situation, like a nice little stocking stuffer.
Yeah,
Just like,
yeah.
ooh,
Here's a little natty vodka. Say,
oh,
okay, yeah, why not?
flamingos. So,
Yeah.
ooh. All right, Bob, I'm thirsty. Let's
All
crack
right.
these,
Yes.
crack
Yes.
these
Yes.
tall boys
Yes.
open
Yes.
here.
We've gone far off the rails, but we're back on here,
Yeah.
and we're gonna crack open this bad boy here. The classic cola Bud Light Seltzer hard soda. So let's.
All right. So I've had this
Let's see.
before. So
Okay.
give it a hard whiff.
Okay.
What does that smell like to you?
Smells just like a regular cola. I mean, it's always like when we had the Crown cans. It's like that generic cola smell. Like I always say, it's like the RC cola, the one that is always like the generic go-to. That
Yes.
doesn't smell bad. Smells
Yeah, it smells
good.
quite good. Yeah.
So all right, let's give it a shot. Okay.
Yeah. I want to know your take on this.
It's got quite the aftertaste.
Yeah,
to
it
it.
does. Oh, that brings back a hazy night. Oh,
It's got kind of a diet cola
yeah.
vibe to it. When it has zero sugar, so that's why you get that. As I always say, it's that same artificial sweetener taste that's in there. Because remember, this is 100 calories per 12 ounce. So we have the tall boy 25-ounce cans. So you're looking at 210 calories per tall boy can.
Hot darn. Hot, yeah. Oh,
Certainly, it's a lot fewer calories than your usual malt beverage, which is like 300 at a minimum for a tall can.
Yeah. Or just like, if you're just going to have like a, I feel like if you just had two 12-ounce beers, it's probably way more than this.
Yeah. So let me see. I even got wanted to even pour it out too and see what the.
Yeah. It's like, because the color.
See what okay, so.
The commitment, like that, here. So yeah, we tried this one and we got the 4-pack. We tried this one, we tried this, hold on before
it looks just like, soda. I mean, the color is your usual brown, bubbly, but it's really, the more you drink it, it's not too bad. It's that initial sip is a little rough, but it's
perfectly fine. Like, the way I would describe it is this thing is perfectly fine. But yeah, so yeah, you got the classic cola, which is basically like Coke, RC, Sprite, or not Sprite, Pepsi. You have the citrus soda, which is supposed to be Sprite. God, these names this is so small. What is okay? Oh, duh. Okay. Yeah. So you got the classic cola, which is what we're drinking, and it's like your typical cola. Hard soda cherry cola. That's the winner. See, that's the one where, like, if you see that one, get it. It is the best of the pack. It actually, because that little extra cherry flavor, really, I feel like it adds just a little bit more to it. That it's like this is a good base, but that is just like, oh yeah, that kicks it up a notch. So that was my personal favorite. You have the orange soda, which is exactly what it says it is. It's orange soda. It was fine. And then you had the citrus soda, which is Sprite essentially. And it's like, and they were all like the three other ones were fine, but yeah, the cherry was definitely the one that I was like, yeah, this is awesome. And the other ones, they also committed with the colors. Like they all like the orange soda one was orange. The citrus soda was a little more PP
Yeah, a
color.
little yellow than green.
Yeah, it wasn't green, it wasn't yellow. It was like it's like is this diluted antifreeze, kind of situation. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not too bad now. Now, I used to be a big fan of the like the Not Your Father's root beer, the orange cream drinks. Now, this was before the whole seltzer fad, and this was the ones that actually had more actual sugar in them before people decided they wanted to go low calorie, no sugar.
Those not your dad's, like that brand, like every one of those I've tried are great. And they're fucking dangerous. That is there is like the best story I heard was it was about my dad, where him and his bros were drinking one night, and they were handing him this because my dad loves root beer, and he was like, "Oh, this is pretty good, like craft root beer," and he was just like, "Yeah," and then he was just like, "Man, I'm drunk," and then he was just like, he had to get a ride home from his buddy, kind of situation, and then he was just all pissed off because he like had to have someone drive him to his truck the next day to go get it. We've all been there, but yeah, and then so then I was with my dad and a couple of his friends, and they were just giving him shit. They're like, "Oh yeah, you got lightweight over here, he can't hold his liquor," and I'm like, what did he drink? And they're like, "Oh, he had about 6 of those not your dad's root beers," and I'm like, that's like he drank a 6-pack to himself.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't call that a lightweight at all. That's like
no, those were at least I think 5%. So they were just like your regular beer. It's not like it was something low ABV, low calorie. It was some heavy stuff.
Also, just like the fact that like and that as well. It's just like, man, like just pounding that shit. It's like I'm looking at what a 6-pack, like they're like what they were 12 ounces or something?
Yeah 12 ounce.
Yeah no, they're 5.9. They're essentially 6% each.
Oh yeah, they were, you're right. Yeah, they were higher than 5.9% ABV.
Oh man,
when those things came out, and I don't know if I think they're still out there. I think they did some sort of a rebranding.
No, they're still there. I can see them in Drizzly.
Okay, I think they have a lower calorie one now too, because they got I think maybe it's just because they changed the packaging up compared to what it used to look like. And
yeah, I could see that. I could see that that happening. But
not your father's, but he liked it too. Root beer.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah, so now it's not your father's. That it used to be like not your dad's, and then you're right. They did. Oh man, this rebrand. Like I'm looking at their Instagram, and it's just straight up like
malt beverage, with natural and artificial flavors and caramel color. But those, when those things came out, that was pretty much the first one of its kind. I remember my friends picked it up and they're like, "Dude, these are awesome!" And then they came out with they had a Coney Island orange cream beer, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's good too." Then there was the Henry's hard sodas, which were, I remember the orange one was great, and all these things you could not taste the alcohol at all.
It is dangerous.
and they were between that 5 and 6% ABV. Now the calories in them, I think, were it was like 200 something calories for a 12 ounce. So you weren't
surprised there.
You weren't going on any diets. And then all of a sudden, the seltzers came up and went for all this low calorie hoopla, and everybody just kind of gave up on making these malt beverage type ones and going, okay, we're going to go hard seltzer instead, which leaves you with these, like that lingering aftertaste to that artificial sweetener in these things. I mean, like this one, it's not bad. It's certainly something you can drink.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many of these you would really want to drink in one sitting.
Yep.
That's the whole thing.
Well, let me ask you this. who do you think the target audience is for this specific, the hard soda set of Bud Light seltzers?
I'd probably say it's probably going towards the males. Probably, I want to say in like their 30s. I mean, I don't know, or late 20s, early 30s. I don't know because I don't think it's. I don't know. I'm torn between that and like your 21-year-olds, like the kids who are like the gamers that would usually sit there and drink Mountain Dew all night long.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely towards the men. I don't see too many females that would probably be going after this since they already have their regular hard seltzers. Yeah.
This thing it's interesting because it just as a very I'm trying to put a profile to what that aftertaste is like. It's not bad, and that's just how I would describe these and like most of these seltzers. Like it's not bad, you know. It's like this thing. Woo, yeah, that carbonation is coming up, baby.
Yeah, that was the first sip I had of it. It would just kind of just sat in my chest for a little bit, and it was just kind of the bubbles were just kind of moving along, and I'm like, all right, just keep going, keep flowing down.
You know what? It's coming back up because our body's protesting because it's not a low calorie food. It is not a low calorie food.
No. Do not forget that.
How dare you? How dare you put this inside of me? But yeah, no, this thing. So we talked about this on our episode, but I feel like we should definitely talk about it here. Is so with all the flavors, it is like on the front of this, Bud Light is very small. Like it's you know, and then like the alcohol content is there as well. That's also very small. Like you could trick a kid. Like I feel like this is definitely something you could trick a kid into being like, here you go, to be like, oh, this soda sucks, but whatever. Oh, I feel weird. Oh, you know, kind of like, oh, I've had better, you know, or you know. But yeah, it's interesting because like you look at the can of this and it says, okay, like at the top, like literally front and center, classic cola.
Okay.
Classic cola contains alcohol 21 plus is like so small on the top.
Yeah. It's right. It's on the side of it, not even on the front. You'd have to turn the can. Okay, it contains alcohol 21 plus, classic cola. And you are right. Yeah, you have the Bud Light, but you block that off and it's seltzer, hard soda, classic cola. And I don't know if that's part of the branding with, I don't know how true it was when Bud Light was doing those ads where they were trying to block out the Bud Light on the cans because people were thinking it was a beer that was a seltzer. And they were trying to say, no, it's Bud Light. Yeah, but it's a seltzer. Yeah, but it's Bud Light seltzer. It's not a Bud Light beer that's a seltzer.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's. I mean, the Bud Light empire is just. I mean, it's kind of amazing to me how it's just like this. It's just such a base flavor, and they've done all this stuff to it. I mean, the seltzers are the typical seltzers are kind of boring. The hard soda, okay, whatever. The retro tie-dye, you got Twisted Berry. You got the cherry.
I saw those. I think that it was that same day you sent me that picture. I was out searching and I saw that 12-pack and I was like, ooh, I don't know. I can't do it.
Well, this is the one as well. Okay, these three flavors. So there's three flavors to the retro tie-dye. Man, I have only had like a quarter of this thing so far, and I'm already just like, but yeah. So the three flavors: Twisted Berry, Cherry Limeade, Blue Raspberry. This is them straight up encroaching on Loco territory. Like that's Loco, Smirnoff Ice, Mike's Harder Lemonade, all that. Like this is the stuff where like everybody else has already done this. Like, what are you like? Who are you trying to win here? It's just like, are you like who are you gonna get with this? You know, so you got that one. There's the sours, which, The sours,
Yeah.
the sours, even they look like they look like a Adult Swim drink, like with the logo. It's like Seltzer sour, watermelon, blue raspberry, lemon, green apple. Like, okay, limited edition. My ass, you can make this anytime you want. But
it'll be around for the whole year. It'll be December, and it'll be like, oh yeah, hey, look,
yeah,
these special variety packs are still out there. Just like I can still find the holiday ones out there now. It's like, look, they're still out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here's the newest one, the Bud Light Seltzer Cocktail Hour. You got the watermelon mojito, lime margarita, tropical punch, strawberry daiquiri. All right, let me get this off my chest because I'm seeing a lot more of this shit, and just go if you want those, go make the actual drink, or go to a bar that makes these, and like have if you want a watermelon mojito, a real daiquiri, like go to a tiki bar or something, go get that.
Just break out the blender.
Exactly. Yeah.
Get some ice, and that's what I say all the time. And people who probably listen to me on the podcast every week, so you hear me to say the same thing about the seltzers, is that I have no problem with a regular seltzer.
Yeah.
And I'll take that seltzer and I will add alcohol to it from time to time to make a cocktail with it. And that's a lot more enjoyable than cracking open some of these cans. It's like, just do the work and make your own drink. You want a seltzer, then you can control how much alcohol do you want. You want 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots. You want something else in there too? Add it in there. You mix it up how you want to enjoy it.
Go buck wild. Like,
exactly.
Like have a blast, get weird, enjoy yourself. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like I'm enjoying myself now drinking this, but it's just kind of like I see these, it's like lime margarita. It's like, dude, do you know how easy it is to make? It's funny because I made the joke all the time. There was a friend of mine, and I realized years later why she said it, but we would go hang out, and like we would go to some bars, and she'd be like, "Oh, can I get a skinny girl margarita?" And I'm like, what are you doing? And then I realized, oh, what it really is, it's just a margarita. It's just a margarita with just like lime and a little bit of salt and stuff. It's just, there's none of the extra like added sugar shit, kind of thing. And I was like, wait, those actually taste great. And then it's just like, and I feel like that had a resurgence where like margaritas became more like less additive shit, like, oh, don't use margarita mix. Just, it's like, how about instead of using margarita mix, just add juice, kind of.
Exactly. Take the ingredients that would be in that margarita mix, do it yourself, and then you know what's going into it.
Yeah. Tropical punch. It's like, see, okay, that's the thing. Watermelon mojito. Okay, I get that. Lime margarita. I get that. Strawberry daiquiri. All right, I get that. Those are 3 things. Tropical punch, it's like orange, and I'm like, what does that mean? Like, that is like vague. That is as vague as berry drink, or what's the flavor? Berry.
Yeah. What is it? It's just berries. Don't ask. Don't worry about it. It's like
berry. Oh man, well, it's funny. Like, I'm seeing. Okay, I don't know about the watermelon mojito, but maybe. I'm looking at the cocktail hour of the Bud Light seltzers, and I'm like, oh man, I feel like all of these have been flavors of Bartles and James before,
Right, but and a lot of these things, I do not think of these flavors when I think of a seltzer. That's the whole thing. I'm thinking of a mixed drink cocktail with all these. If I want a mojito, I am going to mix one up. I don't want to just drink a seltzer that might have a hint of a watermelon mojito in it. It's not the same. I get your lime seltzer, mango seltzer, the basic flavors. You want to do a hard soda seltzer, that's fine too, because essentially soda is just seltzer with just a flavor to it.
Yeah,
exactly. When you start getting fancy and trying to do all these lime margarita, tropical punch, strawberry daiquiri, just go make the actual drink of it. There's no point in having a seltzer with that hint of a flavor to it.
Seriously, yeah, I get it. I'm with you.
And look where we are now with these hard sodas. Well, hard soda seltzer.
Yeah, seriously, just like oof. Soda. I mean, it's like again, it's like, well, just go drink a soda and put a little bit of booze in it, But this is, I mean, I get it. You want if you're a soda fiend or you grew up liking soda and you kind of want some, this is fine. This is all right. It's just
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's certainly drinkable.
okay.
I
It's
think
very drinkable. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Bob. I am 2/3 of the way through my can already.
I'm probably a little over halfway through it. I mean, it tastes just like a diet cola.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the ingredients, there's nothing too crazy.
Yeah,
in here anything you'd be too scared to.
Well, I mean, okay, with the exception of water, I don't think any of these things I would normally just be like, I'm gonna just drink that. But yeah, water, the cold fermented cane sugar. That's what I found out. That's where the actual booze comes from. Is that and yeah, sucralose. There you go. There's like there's the fake sugar.
Yeah.
Malted rice. Yeah. No, this is interesting. This is a very interesting idea. It's very like, again, it's just like, really, who's the audience? Like, who are they trying to tap into? And I guess my thing when it comes to these things is just like the seltzer. They're just like, especially like Bud Light. They're just like, fuck it, we're going all out here. We're gonna get everybody.
Yeah, you're just gonna saturate the market and just start releasing stuff. And I think they're just hoping that people will walk into the store, see it, be curious to try it, and pick up a 12-pack. And if they try it, they like it, then maybe they'll come back for more or try a different one. I had a friend of mine, I think it was probably around when these came out. It was probably around Super Bowl time. He's like, hey, did you try the Bud Light sodas yet? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're actually pretty good. I'm like, are you serious? Is this true? And then when you came out and you're like, oh, we should try it. You're like, they're not too bad. I'm like, yeah, all right, screw it. If I can get a single can like we did and not have to dedicate a 12-pack, I'm in. I'll give it a shot. I mean, I've drank a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to describe this. It's more of like, look, it's getting the job done. I definitely got a good buzz going on right now. It's not the worst tasting. It's not the best, but this is very drinkable. And yeah, I mean, this is essentially two seltzers, 2 beers, and it's it's interesting to me because I'm just like, oh, okay, like that's cool, but yeah, no, I mean, I like it. It's fine. So yeah,
no, yeah. Definitely. It you said it how you described it's fine. It's
yeah.
It's not terrible. It you do get a little bit of the bubbly kind of floating through you a lot that kind of stops you from drinking it too fast. That you feel like you gotta burp constantly.
Yeah, I'm hiding them. Like, yeah. I'm able to. I perfected the Zoom burping, which I mean I'm like, well, first off, I could just mute myself, but I'm like, oh, hold on,
yeah,
it's like, whew, getting a little a little burpy here, but no, I mean this is fine. I'm not bummed about it. You were like, oh, I found one, and finally, I'm like, great, let's do it. Like, it's been a few months since we've had it. Yeah,
you got to have that second time around now to okay, is it better or worse? Do you think it's better or worse now the second time you've had it?
I mean, it's the same. It's the same. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's basically the same. It's just like, oh, well, that, okay, yeah, I don't mind it. I'm in. Well, yeah, I'm kind of. All right. So segue time here, but so this was something. So this is actually something I've been wanting to talk to you about. Is I found something every so often I see these things and I'm just like, are they bullshit? And what they are is like, the recovery drinks, kind of situation,
yes,
your
yes,
Pedialytes
yes.
kind of
Mhm,
things.
mhm.
Because I mean, you and I have, privately messaged each other being like, dude, I'm hung the fuck over, and it's just like, oh, I need this shit. So I will still get these things occasionally, but the only problem is that like I don't know how it is with you, but I'm just like, man, I could go for one of those Pedialytes for now. The only problem is I'm just like, dude, I'm at home. I'm messed up. I don't want to leave the house.
Yeah, I don't want to go out. Yeah.
I'm too messed up. It's like I showered and I still smell like booze, kind of
Mhm.
situation. One of those situations. So every so often when I see these things and they're dirt cheap, I get some of them to be like, yeah, I'm gonna try that. So I got two of these things because they were 2 for $1 at the grocery outlet. Again, keeping it with the grocery gamblers thing. I was like, I'm like 2 for $1.
Keeping it real.
I'll take 2 gambles on that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I picked up some Wahi Water plant-powered Revive.
Ooh,
Ginger,
okay.
green tea, milk thistle, revitalization and anti-inflammation. Little pretty basic,
Okay. Yeah.
little, kind of
Plant
like
powered Revive. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a thing here about like the various things. So I drank this earlier today because I was just like, I want something cold, and I was like, I could use a little rejuvenation right now, or a little bit of revitalization earlier. Not because I'm hungover or anything. It's mostly because I just didn't get a full night's sleep last night. And I'm like, okay, is that going to help? It didn't really help. But what I can say is that I drank this thing. It was very easy to drink. It had this weird, like, flat seltzer water taste to it, which is kind of why I wanted to bring this up tonight. I was like, oh man, this is weird.
It goes with it. Yeah.
It goes with it. But dude, I am not kidding. Not even 5 minutes after I finished drinking this, like I was like, I have to go pee now. And like I was fine. I mean, it was fine. I'm working from home. So I was just like, I'm go to the bathroom. But I was just like, whoa, like that just happens sometimes.
It's trying to get the toxins out of you quickly.
I guess I was just toxined up, and then I was toxin free for I don't know 2 hours, and then and now I'm definitely not toxin free. But yeah, man, yeah. So that's I don't know. I kind of want to ask you, like, do you mess around with any of these kind of drinks at all?
I've never had that. I had for a while, and I guess I'm still trying to find is I tried a bunch of those different hangover remedies and those different pills.
Oh yeah.
I try now this it's probably been a while. It's probably at least 5-10 years ago. And I had been trying to find those, the anti-hangover pills were the big thing where it's like, oh, the chaser things. Yeah, take one of these, drink this before with a bottle of water, then drink, then take one at night, one in the morning. And I remember I bought some off Amazon at one point. Did they ever work? No.
Well, I think part of it is because you're probably just like amped up. You're like, oh, dude, I took my anti-hangover cure pill today. Oh, I can go harder, and then it's just like, well, you drank 1.5 times of what you were going to drink because you were just like,
yeah,
peacocking,
Yeah. I had always been. I haven't looked at anything recently. If I came across something like that, I would definitely give it a try just to see if it did work. But yeah, definitely, I did try for a while looking up those pills. They're like, oh yeah, take this and you won't have a hangover, or take this. And essentially, it's a stronger like Advil or Tylenol that's essentially in the pill. Yeah. It's just essentially saying, okay, make sure you take one at night with a glass of water. And that's the whole thing too. It's always just to keep yourself hydrated with it. I mean, I could have definitely, I guess it was two weeks ago after I recorded my podcast with my buddy Roadhouse, and we did the Mad Mosa experiment.
Dude,
that we did that along with that Punch Blast drink. Dude. That morning I woke up. That was like a freight train. I was hungover that day, and I told him I was just like felt like crap, and I had to throw up. I threw up that morning, and I felt better after that. But
Oof.
that was one of those lingering hangovers. I could have used something
Yeah, man.
like
So
that.
you were literally living the Wild Irish Rose life. You know,
Yeah.
just like ooh.
Yeah, it was a great idea at the time. Anybody listening, the Mad Mosa, the MD 2020 Orange Jubilee, and the champagne, definitely a great concoction to try. But it was adding the extra to it with that punch blast. I think that was what did it. And yeah, it was
I'm
a
not gonna
rough
lie.
day.
A part of me was just like, I wish I was there trying this because I know this would be a blast. But I was just like, man, I was just like, you must have just been off. Both of you guys would have been awful the next day. Just like, ugh, like that kind of shit. It's just like it's. I mean, it's like I get it. Like in the moment, you're like, yeah.
It's a great idea. Let's do it. Yeah, screw it. Why
just
not? Yeah,
roll with it. Then you're just like, why did I do this to myself? Like, whoa, what is like I didn't know this could fall out of my tummy. You know, kind of kind of stuff. But anyway, no, I was I kind of was curious if like, but this whole like again the hangover cure stuff because I feel like it's I feel like it's just Dr. Quinn medicine woman nonsense at this point of just like, oh, okay. And I say that as somebody who's never watched that show.
Yeah, I know. It's just that's the lingo. I mean, that's the whole thing. Everybody has their own hangover cures and what they say will help you do it. And some people say, hey, just start drinking again. Have a beer or have something. And I've tried that before at times, and it's helped ease it a little bit. I've tried it other times and I've thrown up right after that too, and be like, okay, that's not good. It's coming back up. Or people say, oh, you have to eat like a nice big greasy breakfast and do it that way, or just Gatorade, water, Pedialyte. I think it depends on the level that you're at that day.
Yeah.
And, or you just have to throw up and just get it out of you. That's sometimes like you wake up, you're like, okay, I'm okay. Then you kind of start moving around. You're like, okay, this is
I'm not okay.
Not good. And then you sit back down. You're like, okay, I'm all right. Then all of a sudden it's like just kind of sitting in your throat. You're like, I'm just going to go into the bathroom. I'm going to open up the toilet and just let it out,
baby.
Yeah, just let it out. And then you're like, okay, you know what? I feel somewhat better now. I can be a somewhat productive member of society today.
Yeah, it's a little rough. It's a little rough out there, but no, man. Yeah. So I know we're not drinking the same thing next, but we definitely got a second. We both got a second thing we can pop into here. So
yes.
I'll let you start off.
We have some new beverages here.
Yeah.
And I kind of teased it last week. I was out searching for some new things, and I came across a somewhat new beer, and this was the Boxer Premium Light Beer. Now this guy was a 30. The only reason I was drawn to it was I go into the liquor store, I go into the cooler, and I see a 36 pack of beer, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like,
I don't think I've seen a 30 rack in a long time. Not even a 30 rack, a 36. Like,
yeah, I've never in my lifetime, I don't think I've ever seen a 36 pack of beer. And especially of a beer that I've kind of heard of. I've heard of Boxer, but I've never seen it in person before. Mm-hmm. So I see the 36 pack, and then I look up on the shelf, and there's a 6-pack of it for $4.99. So I go over to the register, and the guy's like, hey, can I help you? I'm like, how much is the 36 pack of the Boxer? He's like, oh, I think it's $19.99. I'm like, deal. So
boom, done.
So I go back and I pick it up, bring it to the register, and it's got the handle to carry it, but it's a heavy son of a bitch. And I'm like,
it's 36.
I'm like, I can't just carry it by the handle. I'm like picking it up under it. I'm like, I got to be careful. I got to be gentle with this thing. I don't want it to I walk out to the car, then all of a sudden the handle breaks, and they're all over the parking lot. So I go up.
That's some precious money.
Yeah, that's $20 down the drain.
They're
right
12 ounces, right?
Yeah, 12 ounce. So I go up and I buy it, and the guy tells me that they're just starting to produce it again. I guess it was a Canadian beer originally. These are brewed in Wisconsin, and 97 calories. So it's your basic light beer level.
Yeah.
4.2% alcohol by volume, but it's got a little crown.
Well, it's Canadian. It is Canadian.
It is. Let me see. I got to pull up the.
But by the way, I just did the math. That was 27 pounds you were lifting.
No, see, I told you that doesn't work out.
That's like I had to bust out my calculator. I'm just like, wait a second, that's how much? And then I was like, okay, this.
Yeah, I mean, it's labeled the beer of champions. Brewing tradition since 1845. 1845. No additives, no preservatives. All trademarks and designs are property of Mountain Crest SRL. Label required. Right, exactly. Yeah, imported.
Man, that has been bought and sold by some investment firm 3 times. Like that.
It says right here on the box here, imported from Canada, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So this is the Bret the Hitman Hart of light beer, right here. So that's what I have here. And I mean, I did crack one open the other day, so I've already had it, but this is the first time on the podcast actually cracking it open. But Pete, what do you got?
Okay, all right. I have. So I was looking for something. I must say this, because this will our pre-conversation will probably be cut out. But like, yeah, you were talking about how in your last like liquor run, you hit up like 10 stores. And that's so much more dedication to me, because I'm like, I have it. The most I've done in the day is 3. And then I'm just like, I'm lazy. I'm going. So I went to a liquor store, and then I went to the grocery outlet, just again, being lazy, sticking to within 2 miles of my house. And I admit I should branch out. I saw at the grocery outlet these Rogue Spirits sparkling craft cocktail. I picked up the Ginger Lemon Whiskey Mule, 7.5 alcohol per volume, made with Rogue whiskey, 100% natural ingredients, whiskey with natural flavors and carbonation. Ooh. So Rogue, do you know about Rogue Brewery at all?
I've seen it before.
I've
never had one though.
Yeah, they're good. So I know them for like their craft brew stuff. They're good. They're one of those, like, they're not the first, but they definitely like spawned out of the initial craft brew stuff from the early 2000s kind of thing. They're good. If you see something with Rogue I didn't even know that Rogue did spirits, but I'm not surprised, because again, they got
everybody does now.
What can we do? Like we gotta. It's like we got the beer drinkers now. How can we get the Hellraisers? Kind of situation. So they make some spirits. But yeah, this thing is. I'd never seen this before. I got a 4-pack. It was $8 for a 4-pack, so it's $2 for
not bad.
A whiskey ginger. $2 for whiskey ginger is not, and it's 7.5%, and so it is. On the back, and I also kind of just love that this is like, they're just like, hey, you lazy bastard, we mixed it so you don't have to. Whiskey, ginger, lemon, raw cane sugar. So I'm going to have some actual sugar in here, and sparkling water, which I find that so funny, because I feel like Bud Light is gonna make this as a seltzer version of this, but it's gonna have the lemon flavor, the ginger flavor, no raw cane sugar, and no actual whiskey. So let's crack these bad boys open.
Let's crack them open here.
Oh, dude, this just smells like a Sprite. Or no. It's kind of Sprite like, kind of ginger ale like.
But you're getting that lemon lime type smell.
Smells delicious.
It sounds good from what you said.
Oh wow. Okay, going from the Bud Light hard soda, where that thing is clearly fake sugar, this has sugar in it. Like, oh boy, like that.
So I think that's what you need. You need the real sugar with these things. And I know why they don't do it, but when you have these drinks, it's that real sugar taste
Ooh.
is what gets you.
Well, and again, also on this, again, the difference between these two, the Bud Light hard soda, it has nutritional facts on it, which is, if you're putting nutritional facts on booze, okay, actually, there, we cracked the code. That's the audience. Who is the audience for this shit? People who actually want to know the caloric content of what they're drinking. Where you and I, we're just resigned to the fact that we're just like, I want to go on a journey, and I don't care about the calorie content.
Right. It's like usually they'll say, okay, how many calories? Oh, 97 calories. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. I know what I'm getting into. I don't need to know the whole breakdown of, okay, what's actually in this beer? I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the Bud Light has caloric content on it. This thing has nothing. It's a very nondescript, like, I'd call this dark orange. What would you call this color?
Yeah, like a dark orange, goldish, from what I can tell.
Dude. Okay, I realize it's a Mule. See, they got the Mule little.
Oh, the glass. Yeah, the cup.
Yeah, trying to get the glare out.
Yeah,
there.
I know.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's wait.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
It's going after the color of the mule, the iconic Mule glass. Which I still. And by the way, I still think those are rad. I still think those are great. Like, if you go to a spot and they give you like the real metal Mule glass, I'm like, all right, you could have just gave me the glass version of this, but no, I got the actual Mule cup. Right. Anyways, this is, I mean, okay, flavor wise, it's a whiskey mule. No complaints, but it is it's a sugar blast. Let me just put it that way.
It's definitely a shock to you after having the fake sugar.
Ooh.
Then you go to that one.
Oh man, like it. I mean, like the ginger. I can actually taste the ginger. I like this. This is dope. Like this is a great.
It sounded good from when you were breaking down the ingredients and what was actually in it. It sounded pretty good.
$8 for a 4-pack. Like that's a $2 like that's a $2 cocktail for. For because what was the other one? You sent over a couple other ones that you were looking at. The one was like $20. Oh, okay. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
that is But anyways, tell me about this Boxer Light.
The Boxer Light is not bad. It's your standard, basic, cheap light beer.
Nice.
It's not bad. It's 97 calories, 4.2% ABV. For the price, you can't. This is something you could sit there and drink all day long. No problem.
Oof. Oh man. So dude, there is a whole. Oh, I'm on the Boxer website. There's a whole portfolio of their beer. I mean, dude, there's a Boxer Ice. There's an ice beer. This is you, baby. This is you. Like, oh my God, can we get sponsored by Boxer? Can we get them?
I'm gonna try. I mean, now that we know,
I kind of, dude, if we can pull this off, we should do this, and we should try to get the full range here, which is just gonna mean we're just gonna get shit housed. But like, dude, there's Boxer. First off, this website rules. There is a tab for each one of their things. They each have YouTube previews of their beers, which I can only imagine is probably like, oh hey guy, oh hey, how you doing? Oh, you want to get wasted? Ooh, kind of. Boxer Ice, Boxer Light, what you're drinking. Boxer Lager, pretty standard. Gluten free.
I was gonna say, they have gluten free. Boxer Bubbly,
dude. Okay, the bubbly, all the bubbles, none of the fuss. Available in Canada. Oh,
come on.
You got
watermelon. Wow.
Yeah. Dude, a beer you can drink with a straw. All right, with a hint of watermelon. Okay, but dude, apple ale. That's the thing. That is that is the borderline. Is this grocery gamblers territory or is this bum wine territory? Like, okay, this needs to be documented.
Yeah,
this,
I know we're teetering right now. This is
available in Canada. Oh man, we gotta find, dude. We gotta find this shit. This. Oh, there's a video where it's literally the apple ale hanging from a tree. Oh, this rule. Okay, these guys know exactly what they're doing. This rocks. I'm into this.
Yeah, I got to see because it's funny because when I bought this, I asked the guy, I'm like, do you have any other malt liquors or anything that's not out? He's like, no, but he's like, well, if you want something, I can order it for you. Now, the only downside is that this was not really local to me. I was just out in that area.
Yeah.
So it was like, well, just thank you, but I mean, unless I can see them again and say, okay, can you get these other boxers? Can we pick up another 36 pack of these and then split them?
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, do you think? I mean, okay, because I'm assuming, and it's probably because you're closer to the Canadian border than I am. So I imagine it's probably like a leech over effect of like, oh hey, we're gonna toss this over the border, you know, kind of. I gotta stop with the fucking Canadian accents. It's they're nice people.
Yes.
But yeah, no, this I imagine because you're so close to Canada, they probably are like that's probably how they trickled down. They probably have a distribution partner.
Yeah, they find their way out here. I mean, I guess they're sending these to Wisconsin, and then from there they distribute them out. But like I said, I'm closer to Wisconsin anyway than you are, so
yeah,
they'll I guess send them out to the East Coast instead of the West Coast.
Oh man, see. I'm gonna be on the lookout for this shit. This is Minha. Yeah, I'm looking at it, dude. It's always so interesting when you have boxers.
Yeah,
oh
see,
my God.
Yeah, see, look at this here. The let's see, I'm looking at the Boxer Light. Boxer Light beer is made in small batches and is handcrafted using pure two-row barley grown and malted in Bigger, Saskatchewan. Premium hops from the Pacific Northwest, deep well water, and our proprietary yeast. It is placed in cold storage, lagered for a minimum of 35 days, resulting in a clean, crisp, smooth tasting beer. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Dude, they have, I'm not, so I'm looking at, and maybe okay, I'm trying to see, is this an older, because Boxer, so Minha's Brewery, I'm looking at a few of these from the Rocky Mountain province. Dude, they have a whole hard alcoholic hard sodas, hard grape soda, hard blueberry, hard root beer, hard cream soda, hard black cherry, 5.5% made with real cane sugar. Man, oh dude, this Calgary is this the same brand? Am I looking at am I being pranked?
Did you go on the tangent here? Well, you said Calgary, right?
I mean, well, yeah. Well, okay. The one that we were looking at that has all the stuff on it, copyright 2022,
right?
Minha's Craft. This other one, copyright 2016. Like, that's
yeah.
There's I mean, this pizza brew. What? Oh, is this so? Oh, it's just a tap room exclusive. Okay, whatever.
It's funny. I on the Boxer site they have their Google Plus account link, which that doesn't exist anymore. Since Google Plus doesn't exist anymore.
That's time, dude. This is old. I mean, oh my God. I think we stumbled upon something real dope here. We got to get a rep. We got to find someone at Boxer.
We got to find anybody out there in Boxer. Hit me up. Let me know. Let's work on some magic here. You want to promote the Boxer brand? We'll make it happen for you. I mean, because you could have fooled me with this stuff. If that guy at the store didn't tell me that, I guess he didn't tell me when he got these in, but he said they just started releasing them again. You could have fooled me if these have been sitting on the shelves for God knows how many years at this point. there's no dates on these cans. There's no Best By date. There's no brewing date. It's just 22-342-07.
Ooh,
Uh,
that's interesting, dude. I feel like we made a discovery here. Like this is a true crossover episode. Like we have to find people from Boxer to get something here, because I want to try it all. I'll try the gluten free. I'll try the gluten free. I don't give a shit. Like I mean, it's okay. The bubbly is the one where I'm like, I really want to know this. The watermelon, I have an idea.
I want to try all of them just to try them. I don't think necessarily they're all going to be winners.
I mean, Boxer Ice, dude. That's the thing. Boxer Ice. You know what? I think I get Boxer Ice in America. It doesn't say available in Canada. Also, okay, dude. For years, the Boxer Light. Look at this copy. Boxer Light beer is made in small batches and is handcrafted using pure 2-row barley grown and malted in bigger Saskatchewan premium hops from Pacific Northwest. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's okay. And there, yeah, you just said. Sorry, I'm drunk. You just said all this shit. But, oh my god, it's small. They have me at small batches. I'm like, wait.
I know they're making it seem like it's this fancy craft beer. You know, small batches. It's very exclusive.
The light beer is the small batch handcrafted. It's like, what? Who is your demographic? Who's buying your booze to like? I need my. Hey, you know what? Okay, cool. If someone's just like, I like to drink beer, but I need to have light beer. It's handcrafted. It's local, small batch. Okay, I'm like, I respect that, but man, Boxer Ice. I haven't had a nice beer in a long time, but Bob, I will have one with you.
If we can get some Boxer Ice, then yes, we're gonna go balls out with this here. Yeah, premium brews, craft. Oh, I said okay. Now I know where you were at the Minhas Brewery website before, right? That was the one you kind of off to, which should be the same. Yeah, Wisconsin Boxer beer. Yeah, premium light. Yeah, so I think it's the same company, man. I went to their YouTube, which hasn't been updated in 7 years.
I was going to mention that. I'm like, whoa. Like this is, oh my word. This is ridiculous. I'll watch these videos later because I'm curious.
Do some research on it and see what we can find out. But yeah, definitely I will try to do some digging and see if I can reach somebody over here and say, hey, what's the deal with this stuff? Or are you out there? Or are you not out there? Because like I said, if I just walked into the store, saw this on the shelf, and I went to these websites, I'd be like, these have been sitting on a shelf for at least 7 years at this point. But since this guy told me they're coming out with them again, it makes me think that maybe they're trying to kind of push for a resurgence in the market, possibly. So, and if we can be a part of that and help them, we're more than happy to help, guys. You know,
yeah. The gamblers are on the case. All right, we are game. This is, dude. It's so funny. Like I'm looking at some of the reviews of this from over a decade ago, and it's like some of the worst beer I've ever had. I'm like, what? And like I'm looking at some of these reviews. I'm like, man, this is true Amazon level quality, like 1-star reviews. Like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. So, dude, yeah, I'm gonna check out these commercials. But no, man, this is oh my God, this has been dope. We got a mission now. Well, here, let's let's
you want to put a bow? We'll put a bow on.
Let's put a bow on, because there's two things I want to talk about, but or there's one other thing I want to talk about. We can deal with that, but then I gotta take my dog out because he's been good, but he's in here now. He needs to go to the bathroom.
It's like all right, he's got to go too. We all got to go. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go.
Exactly.
But hey,
yeah. But
I guess so. We enjoyed some Bud Light, Seltzer, hard soda, classic cola. I mean, not bad. not
It's-
bad.
It's
Drinkable.
I'd give it a 5 out of 10. I think that's fair.
Yeah. I'd probably say that. Yeah, you're looking at a 5 out of 10. It's something. Would I drink it if it was in front of me? Yes. Would I go out of my way to buy it? No.
No.
If I was at a party and it was a cooler full of seltzers and hard sodas, and this was the one that was on top, I'd be like, all right, screw it. I'll drink this.
Or like
one.
you're tired of having the White Claw flavors, and you're like something different. You're gonna drink it. It's gonna be a good conversation piece, but the next day everybody's gonna be like, "Yeah, I tried it last night. It was fine." Again, let me just stress though, I do think the cherry cola version is. Okay. I would give it a 7. I would give that one a 7. I think that one is actually good. It takes it up a notch. Yeah.
I'll see if I can, because this is the only one, the hard soda, the classic cola is the only one I've been able to see in a tall boy can. I haven't seen any of the other flavors in there yet.
Yeah.
So if I can come across that cherry cola one, I will give that a shot. Or if I can find my way to a gathering that has them, I can just take one and try it then. Yeah, but I do not see myself going out and saying, hey, I'm going to buy a 12-pack of Bud Light seltzer hard sodas. That's probably not happening anytime soon, especially for, I don't know what they're charging for a 12-pack. I mean, I know it's not overly expensive, but it's not cheap.
It's under 20, but it's still expensive.
Yeah.
I think it's like 16 to 17 or a 12-pack. I mean, which is a lot, you know?
Yeah. I got a 36-pack of Boxer Light for $20.
Yeah.
So this is what we're trying to accomplish here, is to get the best bang for the buck when it comes to booze.
And these
I was going to say, with the Rogue.
Yeah, this is perfect. Like that, this was exactly, I'm just like, perfect. This is a total perfect. That's a perfect grocery outlet find of just like, oh, a 4-pack of something. A premixed cocktail for $8 for a 4-pack, $2 a pop. Okay, fine. And it's like, it's clearly craft. I would consider it better quality ingredients. You know, like I actually feel like there's close to real ginger in this, you know?
Yeah, probably as close enough as you can get to it. Mm-hmm. But it sounds good. If I can come across those here, I will. I'll be sure to pick them up and give it a try. But
yeah, dude, this is. I'm gonna stop myself after this because I know I'm like, part of me is like, oh, I'm gonna have another one, but I'm also like, it's a Tuesday. I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Friday night, Saturday night. Sure, I can have another one.
Yeah.
It's like Tuesday. You know what? I'm gonna pump the brakes now.
Yeah.
And stop there.
We have another all booze episode of the Gamblers Brewing. But we're definitely like, okay, cool. We're like, hey, when are we gonna do this? And it's kind of like we have to like legitimately coordinate on the weekends or just like a not work night for us because we're just like, this is, and like because one of the drinks is like hefty and it's like, ooh, boy, we gotta like, you know, it's like oh, we record it and all that stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, some of these it's like we're fucked by the end, and it's just like,
when you do any podcast related to booze, you have to plan accordingly of, okay, what are you drinking, how much are you drinking, when are you doing it, because like I said, you start going and then you're like, okay, I need to stop now. As much as I want to keep going, I got to pump the brakes tonight. Tomorrow's another day. Wait for the weekend and go from there.
Yeah, I can't be hungover. I can't be that guy tomorrow. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Hey, but hey, Pete, always a pleasure chatting with you. Always great having you on the podcast, being on with the Grocery Gamblers. I'm sure we will find some other.
Oh, you know, we're always brewing. We're always brewing.
And I have a mission now. We are going to track down the Boxer brand and see what we can do if we can work some magic with. Like
we got it, dude. We got it. We have to find more of this. We have to find, like, you may just need to like siphon off. First off, you got 36 of them. You need to put 4 of those away. You put like 8 of them away and just be like, okay, that's for that, because and then like, yeah, we'll figure out the rest. But like, oh man, I feel like such a dirt bag, but I talk so much shit on ice beers. I want to try that. I like all of these.
Fine.
Like,
ice beers are good. People give ice beers so much shit.
I know, and I'm one of them. I'm one of those assholes.
Yeah, but
they're good. Self-admitted.
They're good.
I'm a self-admitted like ice beer quote hater. But yeah, we're on a mission. Yeah, we got to.
Yes. We will.
We gotta find these. I haven't, and like I know I gotta talk to the boys about this, but I know I'm just be like, we're doing this with my Bob. They'll be like, we're in. Like hell yeah, we're doing this. Like,
that's it. We got it. It's happening.
God, we got it. We got to somehow get a hold of some of this bubbly, the bubbly, the watermelon, and the apple. I mean,
yeah. If we have any Canadian friends out there listening that can send some over,
I mean,
let me know.
God, here's the thing. I have Canadian coworkers, but I don't like asking them for favors. Like it's
and not for the box or bubbly. But hey, any listeners out there, hit me up. If you can find some box or bubbly, let me know, and we will make some magic happen.
Awesome. All right, Bob, it's always rad.
All right, yes, definitely. He is Pete from the Grocery Gamblers. Be sure to check him out. Check out the podcast.
At
where to find
Gamblers
him.
Pod.
There you go.
Grocery Gamblers Pod. We're on everything except Amazon because fuck Amazon, but this, gamble on.
Gamble on. I am Bumwine Bob. And until next time, cheers.
I need a beer.